addition to that, those of us that are in the executives, because we know we usually have a lot of affair with our personal time, we don't wait and we keep reminding ourselves, when we go for expo meeting, and they will be asking us about the class we do today. The admin is not only talking about their MSSN assignments. The admin will ask everybody, how about your class today? Did you catch your PO? He would have one-on-one discussion with people. He knows people that have deadlines. He will be asking at the end of the meeting under AOB, how did you catch up with that assignment? Were you able to submit? All of those kind of questions. In addition to that, we would ask ourselves, àwọn tó bá wà ní department kan náà, if you have courses, you don't wait until the semester ends. You do one topic today, clear it. You have done another topic this week, clear it. As an executive, you cannot allow your work to pile. You know, when it is small, you just do one topic. It is small, maybe 10 pages, maybe 5 pages, maybe 15 pages, you can clear that. But if you make it, if you wait until you become three topics, now you have 45 pages on it. You can't allow that to happen at the next school. You don't have luxury of doing those kind of things. You need to catch up with your work little by little as they before they build up. In addition to that, if three of us, for instance, are in the same department, and we have covered the topic, there are questions in the textbook or the lecturer has given for us to solve. I don't have to sit down and go and solve all the 15 questions. You will go and solve 3. This person will solve 2. That person solve 3. That person. And then we combine all the solutions. Everybody has the solutions. We all have a book where we do our tutorial assignment or exercises. You have a pack, like a big book. So that when the exam comes, you are not solving all the questions all over. You already have them solved into a note. And then you just do your revisions and then you just go ahead. Is that clear? So collaborate. You need to use your power of collaboration and do tutorials together. So may Allah bless the effort for us.
Now, please, why are we moving up and down? Let's have our seats, please. I don't want to start calling you to encourage you, please. Now, so we will continue with the session.
Thank you very much. So we welcome us back from Sonata to Unity and accept our prayers and supplications. Now, we were discussing interpersonal influencing and education, and Dr. Badino wanted me to still more on it a bit. Now, as leaders who will be interfacing with people, first you need to understand how people communicate. How people communicate? People be coming to students like you. They be coming to you, and as they are new, they expect you to be an angel, as you don't have your own problem. You want to solve their problem for them. So how do people communicate? It could be verbal, it could be non-verbal. Verbal means what they say. Non-verbal means what they do. What they do not say, then you see the signs all over them. A good leader is someone who can take you and understand what people do not say. The unsaid words. So you must be able to listen and observe to know how people communicate. 2, communication that you get, the way people communicate will either be positive, it can also be negative. But as leader, you want to see it from the positive part of it as feedback. Are you getting it? When people communicate, it could be negative, it could also be what? Positive. Some people don't know how to express themselves. They have genuine feelings, and they have genuine needs, and they have genuine sense. But by the time they bring those things to you, it comes to you negative. ẹ̀mọ́ pẹ̀tẹ́ ìṣòro bá lò ẹ̀ ti sóòjù ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ti dáhùn honestly decorate all that, you know. So take all communications as what? Feedback. And when you take it as feedback, it means something that you need to work on. Are we getting it now? You also know that like when you also communicate, you also need to learn to ensure that you were heard and that you were understood. Are we getting it? When you talk, ensure that you were not only heard, also ensure that what the person understands you. So students of communication here, you know the you understand the communication process. Because it starts with you and it also ends with you. Because there's a feedback loop. And that will ensure that will assure you that the person you are communicating with clearly understood you. So you must have those things over time. And when you talk also, there's a special skill we teach in expression. How do you express yourself in such a way that you say what you mean and you do not hurt the other person? One of the skills that we just correct here is the use of I statement. We call it I statement. Especially when the feedback is negative. You are also a human being. You are a human being who is also an emotional being, who is also being affected by a lot of factors outside MSSN. You have family challenges, you have family challenges, and people will still come to you expecting them to solve their problems for them. There is a full line of communication that you can also master. I'm happy is what's his name again? Manchidami. So you is okay. It's for him. So he has gone through the statement. You can approach it. We call it I statement. It's a full line skill. When people do things that you don't like and you want to communicate it to them, especially as executives, because you want to keep your house in order. The first line is talking about what does the person do when you do this. What exactly does the person do? And the person has been doing it and you also feel bad about it. The next thing is let them know how you feel. Let them know how you feel about it. Oh, Sister Kyra, on Tuesday when we had our program, I asked you to stay, to pack, and you did not stay. You know, you have told the person what, that I have to call one of my executives to do work for me, and the person cannot do it. Oh, I felt humiliated. The way you answered me in the presence of everybody. Are you getting it? Then I understand. You know, the next line is what? See things from the person's perspective. Oh, I understand. Now you need to get back to your home all the time. I understand it. Oh, I understand that, you are the only female around. You know, so let the person also know that you understand. See things from the person's perspective. And the last one is it will be helpful. If suggestion, it will be helpful if you can just tell me why you cannot do it next time. So by that, it will avoid unnecessary issues. You communicate openly and you communicate freely. Collaboration and negotiation. Collaboration and negotiation. No man is an island. No man is an island. You cannot do it alone. Even you are MSSN, even the Akinyele Area Council, you cannot do everything. You cannot be everything to everybody. There's a limit to what you can do. There's a limit to what you can achieve. But you can achieve more if you learn to collaborate and to negotiate. Are we getting it? First and foremost, you must know that you are just forming a team now. You are Amir, you are Nebel Amir, you are this, you are that. You will go through 5 different stages, which you need to understand. You will go through how many stages? 5 different stages. So that when those stages come, you know how to manage them. Stage number 1 is forming. Now, that is stage 1 now. You are just coming together. You are constituting yourself into an exco, or you be constituted into an exco. You are being inaugurated. You are going through orientation. That is the forming stage. Any organization, any group of people any organization can die at the forming stage if you don't know how to manage it. But it comes with its own challenges. You don't know my attitude, I don't know yours, I don't know your schedule, I don't know what you like, I don't know what you don't like, I don't know if you like sleeping early, you cannot do overnight meeting. So you are just forming. You are just forming. But if you are able to manage it, how do you negotiate that cost? Try to get to know yourselves better. And it will evolve, it will come with time. The next thing that you will go to is storming stage. At the storming stage, everybody will be trying to assert himself. The general secretary will think he's the one who understands English most. You are smiling. And the Amira will think she's the most pious. So that's the storming stage. Storming, there is storm. Everybody have opinions. Everybody have an idea of what you want to do. If you don't manage it well, you will have problems too. You will not be able to do anything. So your tenure will be over. The third stage is the numbing stage, which I will expect you to quickly transit into. At the numbing stage, normalize. At the numbing stage, that is when you now begin to set rules and regulations for yourself. Are you getting it? Oh, we'll be meeting on these days. Our meeting will not exceed more than will not exceed 1 hour or 2 hours. This is what we can do, this is what we will not do, this is how we will communicate. We'll be having some online meetings. You don't come for a meeting, this is going to be your penalty. So you are numbing. Oh, this is going to be our constitution. Even the MSS has its own constitution. You may produce your own bylaw. This is going to be our guiding principle. Everybody will have it. That is the normal stage. So everybody will now know this is what is acceptable. This is what is not acceptable to us. Stage number 4 is performing stage. That is when everybody will now see you that you are working. When you start achieving your goals, and everybody will like to be at that stage, that is the stage at which the PC will recognize you. That is the stage that Imam will say, I'm proud of you. I remember there was a year we staged an letter to the secretariat demanding for Sharia. I know there was an issue, an MSS students from UI organized, and we went to secretariat. And on that Friday, he came at the member and said, I'm proud of MSSN, I'm proud of you today. I like that no. We fought a lot, but my dad said, I'm so proud of you. Everybody was calling me that you were out on the good cause and you organized yourself and you were decorous about it. Are you getting it? That is performance. And Dr. Aditya shared an experience with me now, with us now, that VC called UI and said, yes, I can see Muslim students are okay here. Because the organizers do well performing. That's what we are saying. So it is at that stage that everybody will see you. And don't forget, even the group that is performing can be progressed back into the forming or into the storming stage. But because you have achieved before and you have rules and regulations, you can quickly organize yourself back to performing stage. And the last stage, which is going to come in about a year's time, and it is the morning stage. That is when your goals have been achieved or your tenure is over. That is morning stage. At that stage, you have been too used to some people among you say, I'm going to miss school. And then you begin to mourn. Oh, let's achieve now. Oh, you are graduating. Oh, Allah will be with you. Oh, you now start sharing, like we are sharing now. You now start sharing those nostalgic moments. Are we getting it? That is the morning stage. When your tenure is over, or when the goal has been achieved, and there's nothing new to achieve again, or you have accomplished your task. That will be the morning stage. So you will pass through those. Each of the stages has its own characteristics. Are we getting it? Now, negotiating with others. How do you negotiate? How do you negotiate? The best negotiation is the one that results in what? Win-win. You have to learn to negotiate. You have to learn to negotiate because everything you are going to do, you negotiate every time. Maybe you don't know. When that lecturer says, oh, I'm going to spend 30 minutes by you say, oh, you will come on weekend. I want you to come on Saturday and I quickly ask your rep, please go and meet that lecturer. You can spend 1 hour more today. So you do not come on. Oh, we will create another time for you to come. You are negotiating. Are you getting it? Because the lecturer has told me that he will be away for 1 week. And he needs to cover the syllabus. What do you do? Okay, okay, please, you can send that note to me, you copy the note. When you come back, you just come and explain it. You are negotiating. Are you getting it? So a negotiation is a discussion that results in what? Win-win situation. How do you negotiate? Because when I say win-win situation, it also means that you can negotiate that will result in win-lose. It also means you can negotiate that will result in lose-lose. When you do win-lose, that means someone wins, the other person loses. There will be resentment. There will be resentment when someone loses. And there's a difference between a battle and a war. You may win a battle and lose the war. In a war, there are so many battles. Are we getting it? To learn to negotiate. And you can do lose-lose. The Bible say, àìfètèmété àìfèrèmérò ló jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ ìyá mẹ́fà ló kú tó pẹ́ gbáfà. Ọlọ́fà. Àìfètèmété àìfèrèmérò ló jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ ìyá mẹ́fà ló kú tó pẹ́ gbáfà. Because they don't know how to negotiate and collaborate. You know the meaning of Iwofa. You may not know it. Iwofa is like a servant. It's like a servant. When you owe somebody in those days, okay. When you owe somebody, you owe people, and you cannot pay. Especially parents. They will not take one of their children. They are going to be working for that person. They are able to pay. Or to do the work that is equivalent to what I borrowed. So on this occasion, 6 siblings, their parents were dead. And still owing. But because they could not discuss and negotiate better and see how they can pay off the debt, One person continued the servitude. The money was so much that the person died in the process. Another person continued. He died. Another person continued. And the 6 of them died in servitude. Because we cannot collaborate and negotiate better. Are you getting it? So how do you negotiate? One, always learn to do your research. Be prepared. That's what I say. Prepare. Whatever you want to discuss upon, you want to make VC. If you see a man like, now then they meet tomorrow. Where is it in the other? Where is he in the office? Oh, Imam. The only man do. We have to say, so be prepared. Do your research. Do your findings. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? That professor that is me, oh Lord, I don't know about sorry. I don't know. Tell me about sorry. I remember was it not the two of us, or there was a time one of our leaders started using makeup. Sister Asari. She was the first to come back to UI campus. And only Jacob could send her. We negotiated it. And she was allowed. How did we do it? We traced Professor Hussein. Then we went to his faculty. He was not an Alpha. Professor Hussein was not an Alpha, but a very conscious Muslim. But one good thing about Professor Hussein, because Islam so he will listen. And I said, don't worry about listening it. After that mentioned Professor this, that one is an test. You know, lesson. No my reason. And then he got me. I said, don't worry. We were able to negotiate it. So be prepared. 2, build your case. Build your case. Communicate effectively. How do you build your case? Communicate. State your reasons. 3, bargain. When you are going for negotiation, have a fallback position. The meaning of the fallback position is this. Take the minimum below which we cannot go. For instance, you want to negotiate your salary, or you are bargaining for a price, then I know what you actually want. Are you getting it? Step 4, confirm your agreement. Confirm your decision. How do you confirm? Have an agreement, have an action plan. How do we implement it? Write it down. And of course, occasionally or sometimes when you negotiate, you also need to walk away. If you know that you cannot get what you want, or what is available to you is not going to stand your purpose, you can walk away. If you fight and run away, you need to fight another day. Are you getting it? My time is fast French. Personal initiative and problem solving. I don't want to talk about it, but Prof spoke a lot on this, but in a different way. So personal initiative. Do what you have done before. Think big. Be creative. Be solution providers. UI community. You are a member of UI Muslim. So what are the pain points? Solve problems, and you will be recognized for solving those problems. I don't want to spend much time here, but have goals. You have the goals, carry people along, and solve problems. Advocacy, diplomacy, and negotiation. There's a connection between them. When you advocate, you speak for what is right, not what is wrong. After all, the motto of MSS is what? What is it? No, that's the motto. Quran chapter 3, verse verse 100 to verse 100. Is that not the motto of MSSN or the motto of MSSN generally? No, you are the best of mankind. Branch chapter 3, verse 107 ahead. I know he said you are the best community ever evolved for mankind. Because we enjoy what is good and what? That is what advocacy is all about. The champion of goods on the campus, don't be champion of evils. That's what we are. Let's be known for positive things. Represent Islamic values, represent MSSN values with courage. Do not be apologetic about it, but be tactical, be strategic about it. That's what we are saying. Diplomacy, manage conflict with wisdom and patience. Use native sense, native intelligence. That is what diplomacy is all about. Negotiation. As you rule in your administration, you are negotiating by balancing fairness with what? With fairness. Like we said, seek win-win outcomes, find common ground without compromising your principles. As you do those things, do not forget your Islamic ethics. Uphold justice, fairness, and sincerity. So in leaders bridges. To do bridges, it does not burn them. Effective communication skills. We've spoken about communication. Speak with purpose and clarity. Yeah? So be smart. Be smart in your communication. Students of communication, essential science students, you know what being smart means. Simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and what? Time bound. Stop organizing. Everything. What are you doing to be the best? So be smart about it. SMART. Be smart. That's what we are saying. Speak with purpose and with what? Clarity. Listen actively. Avoid gossip, sarcasm, and emotional outbursts. They destroy your credibility. The way you talk and what your body language says a lot about you. They say a lot about it and be digitally responsible. Your generation, you communicate more digitally. As individuals, as an organization, be responsible. Last night, the news broke out of a co-founder of a company that was asked to step down. Why? No, 2 nights ago. Why? Ezra Lubin of Pesta. He tweeted something in the past. That is now haunting him. So be digitally responsible. Okay. We don't have time, but we want to give scenarios. How do you navigate these possible scenarios when you have the materials? You can go and discuss it at your level. You have scenarios. How do you navigate them? Mentoring the next generation. It is a discussion thing, so don't worry discussion. There are different scenarios. I gave you four scenarios. How do you navigate this? How do you? Okay, we can do one. Okay. Resolving conflict between branches. How do you resolve conflict between branches? Can I hand over the mic now?
Akiyede CEC members. Is it specific to CEC members? Akiyede branch. Sorry, Akiyede area. Now, who do we give now? Brother Hassan. Admin. Admin sir.
No, exactly. Allah will start. That's it. Allah will start. So, the first part to be able to solve anything is to identify what exactly is the cause for the conflict. So after identifying what is the cause for the conflict, then possible solutions could be provided. Perhaps by looking for what's it? A mediator that will be able to resolve this issue, perhaps an elder and things like that. So that's the basic solution.
Okay, you are Amir. Amir will answer the second.
Advocating for MSSN space on campus. Arusa. We know that we students, we are students
At the International Conference Center. That's where things happen in UI. And you want Muslims to be seen there. You want the presence of MSSN at International Conference Center. They want them to know that there are Muslims on UI campus.
For that, we use our father's influence.
Yeah.
I like your response. You know the Bible say, "Let him go down." Ọba sọ pé ayé bàbá ọ̀ ní dáa, aláyé bàbá gbogbo akókó dáa. You get the message? Ẹ wọ̀ let him go down now. Ọba aláyé bàbá ọ̀ ní dáa, aláyé bàbá tí wàá dáa. Ìjọ dọ́là onídìí máa jà. So I like your. So go back to the negotiation. Go back to the slide on negotiation. You will get some tips there. So we won't waste our time because we don't have time for discussion. We don't have time. So mentoring the next generation. As you are here, like I said at the beginning, part of the assignment include what? Grooming others that will take over from you. So have it at the back of your mind today. What are the tools you have in your hand? You already have them. You have the shura. You have the shura. I don't know if that is still the practice. The shura that brings you in is also your advisor. Are they? So make use of your shura effectively. Consultation, then use your shura committee. Then do a lot of consultation. Do a lot of ask people. People have preferences. Ask people. Àfọwọ́ ọlọ́gbọ́n sọgbọ́n kò jẹ́ ká pe àgbà ní ìrìn àbí èyí wo ìkòrò wo nígbà bá níjọ wò nígbónígbó. That's what the Bible say. Nobody knows it all. No man is an island. You are the executive. There is a way you see. The followers, they are seeing it in another way. You listen. So that when the next set of leaders in mind, you say, yes, let's check. How do you do? Bring them on board, put them into committees, orientation week, the hard week, ad hoc committees. There are so many Muslims on this campus, not in Kiru, or Niwa Kiru, or what Kiru, Tontamalole. It is your responsibility to identify them, move close to them, and give them an assignment. That was how I was discovered. The first person that identified me as a Muslim, you know, like Muri, Talubi, we were elaborating. You know, my surname, you cannot use it. At least you still ask. Abu Salam, oh, are you a Muslim? On this day, we were doing that biochemistry course in the lab. It was like, Muslim Yana. I was like, oh, my father keeps doing it now. You couldn't tell my child when you go. Are you getting it? So it is your responsibility. Ọmọ tó ń wọ spaghetti yẹn, ẹgbẹ́ lọ mú wọn lọ mọ́ọ̀sì. That's what we are saying. Ọmọ tó lè mú spaghetti tẹ fẹ́ rán sí kò ń ṣe ìkọ́ bá ìdílé máa rán sí. That is our methodology. Ìkọ́ bá ìkọ́ máa rán sí because the message we are saying is that oh so many people máa mú kúrò lélẹ̀. That's not the starting point. What's up sister tó ń kírun lẹ́ máa rán sí. No, we give it and it work. Emma pé that sister in the class Emma pé Muslim ni àní àwọn boys lè máa bá bóra tó wọ jeans lè máa rán sí. Tó náà wọ jeans tó wọ polo tó ń sá tó máa sá tó fly kọ́là bẹ́ẹ̀ tó máa ń kírun tiẹ̀ ó lè máa rán sí. Bring that sister to last month. In fact, we want to make you a member of mobilization committee or the chairman of mobilization committee. You also need to learn to use the best hands to achieve. Like when I was brought in to come and start the Adekere magazine again, I was not the most knowledgeable Muslim on campus or in the MSSN, but I was brought in because of my activities at UCD as a campus tonight. I was not even a member of MSSN Press. I was not even a member when I was brought in. Are we getting it? So do your consultation. Use your best hands. That's what we are saying. On campus, the best person. That's what is called situational leadership. Táàlùkà bá dé, àwọn tó wà nípa àlùkà ló wà nídìí ló ṣàfà. Because ló ṣe kọ́lá òṣù náà fẹ́ lọ sọ́bẹ̀. Are we getting it? Someone related a story to us. Go lọ fún kílórúkọ pé táwọn tẹ̀lé máa ń ṣe yẹn Eastman. Go lọ fún Eastman now. Ó wá manage omi. You were managing the water and their boss now start. Omi yẹ o lè fi ṣe àlùwàlá o. Omi there is a shortage of water omi wo ló wà fún ẹni ṣe máa manage omi kí tó wà nínú ìdọ́lá máa lò. Don't do it there. And brother was like, "Mi ò gba máa ṣe o." Tó lọ ní àfa àpẹẹrẹ ọba àgbẹ̀yẹ̀ àpò ṣe. The message was passed. Àfa ó ti dà fún àbẹ̀tì òun náà ti wà ní street ni. Lọ́sùnù náà ó wọlé àánú ọlọ́gbàdúrà ní ọlọ́ọ̀kú mi níkẹ́ nínú àwọn ọmọ àrùn. Ọjọ́ tí ó wà àwọn ní Islam wọ́n pè wọ́n. Are you not getting it? Ọjọ́ tí wà tó di Mùsùlùmí wọ́n pè wọ́n ní ó yá ẹgbẹ̀rún ó wá dúró tì wọ́n. The Mexicans were coming, they saw women as ta ló máa fèsì ẹ̀. Woman àtàlà dúró ìwé ìtúsí tó sọ wípé àwọn àdìjọ ní kó máa ń sá fún mi. You are saying that James ran away from woman. Rasulullah said, if you were to be another prophet after me, it will be Umar. Umar was a kafir. That's what we are saying. Among the most successful Americans in UI campus that I knew, we have one we call Agene Emeritus. We have another one we call Isa Okoko, Ọmọ Igbo on this campus. We have another one called Ibrahim Akonde. Agene Emeritus was a workaholic. Any position you give him, he will do it. He will not say I'm a PhD student or a doctor. He will do anything. Professor Yakin, that is Professor Yakin. Agene Akonde was a manager of men and resources, well respected. Fine boy and fine. Fine boy to the core. Which by the way, ní challenge when we pay for that event. But he was so smart that there was a brother, red vet medicine. There was a brother on this campus. He's a doctor now, Ibrahim Mustafa. He's the Imam of Unilag. Tó bá fẹ́ kí Tarawih nínú Ramadan, Ọlọ́run kò brother yìí ní voice, ó lóògùn tó fẹ́ pé tí ò bá kí àwọn sísá òní wá kí wọn. Secretary of MSSN
tí ò bá kó nǹkan ló máa sáré ti wà Ibrahim Mustapha tí wàá kó nǹkan ló máa ní ìdí ìrún wàá kó nǹkan ló máa ní ìdí ìrún àwọn sisters ò ní fẹ́ kírun tàràwì nípa Ibrahim Akare smart he was a good manager wọ́n ti wá ní ọ̀rẹ́ di tàràwì rẹ̀ ló máa tẹ̀síwájú mọ́sì máa kú. Isa àkókò wí tó bá take note Arabic máa fi take it. He read physiology. He read biochemistry. Arabic ló fi máa take note. But he was one of the best admirers on this campus. He identified talents. Tẹ́tẹ́ nínú pé Muslim wọ́n kí o. And up till today, he still associate àwọn náà fún mi UIM. That is what we are saying. So, whatever I'm telling training like you are doing now. Do a lot of training for people what to know, expose others to it. Replicate yourselves. Inclusion. I was speaking with a group of Muslims like you, was it not 2 weeks ago? Me my prayer opportunity in Mawa, and I expressed my mind that after I was in school, there was this inclusion coaching song. There was a sister at law school, spaghetti Lumawo, spaghetti minister Lumawo Wakiro. But the pastor Wakiro Abori, sister Amas of Tomo Sandra and Tomashe, but any by Muslim. There was a certain HIV. HIV was supposed to have first class physiology. He was a JC man. Up to today, he has a competition that they are contesting for in JC. Ahmed Ibrahim. He was from JC. He was the first person he was the one that organized the first MSSN award day on this UI campus. Alongside the Mobalaji Ajani. So use your best. Inclusion. My last 3 visits to this mosque or to UI in recent time. Okay. This is what I'm saying. With due respect, man. My sister in the top. Stand up. Prof, man. Please, man. Stand up, man. I saw a sister there in jeans skirt. Is she still around? Okay. No, sitting down somewhere there. Okay, that sister. Yes. Yeah, yes. Come. Please. Stand up. What's the difference? Which of the dressings here is not Islamic? Amir, stand up. Stand up. The man in Itajia, stand up. The guy in face now. Yeah. You know why I'm saying this? If there is no inclusion, because iṣẹ́ tí ẹni yìí máa ṣe, ẹni yóò lè ṣe. Prof. Abdullah, mo kàn fẹ́ kọ́ rí ni, is she not Islamic enough? Because Islam, everybody sit down. Islam is not a point estimate. It's an statistics student. It's a continuum. There is minimum, there is what? Maximum. Láyé àwọn sàbẹ̀ wọ́n àpẹẹrẹ wọn ní fundamentalist, wọ́n àpẹẹrẹ wọn ní weaklings. That's what we are saying. Bàtà ló sọ pé kí sọ̀rọ̀ tó máa balẹ̀. ṣé bí tèmi bí arábìnrin tí yìí náà ìbọn ṣẹra wọn ṣogún tí ẹ bá lè for a reason arábìnrin tí wọn tí o kì í ṣe is love. Are we getting it? So that is what UI MSSN is known for. It's a rainbow. It's a rainbow coalition. It's a coat of many colors. You should be able to attract and retain Muslims into your fold. That's what we are saying. The same person that started that old, because this program is recorded, I don't want to mention it. There's a foundation that is so popular. The person that founded it is a Muslim. But when you look at it today, it has a Christian outlook. The founder is a Muslim. The same person established another foundation strictly for Muslims. That foundation is dead now. And the people who saw it knew that it was going to die. Because he gave a brother, the person that was asked to drive it was one of those brothers that called themselves Salafia. And he brought in people with like minds. And the sisters there, big hijabs, the one we call umbrella, the one we call one color, all those things we call them. But at the end of the day, they cannot attract corporate Muslims. They cannot attract Muslims into their, and that foundation is there. The other foundation is waxing stronger every day. And people will struggle to have their certificate that have been trained by this social foundation. If you want MSS to thrive on this campus, you should be able to include everybody that is a Muslim on the campus. That's the message. In our final year, we organized a program, Faculty of Agri. Either send forth party or something like that. And we invited Professor, I can mention his name, Professor Raji. We invited him as the chairman. And the man was saying something. He said, this is the first time I'm going to be a chairman of any occasion. It's in this mosque. The same prof, the same person that we say, Salam alaikum, they say, Salam alaikum, I cannot do any favor for you. Do your work and treat everybody equally. You now continue to, no, not Abigeri. Are we getting it? But because of the fact that we were inclusive, we brought him to the mosque and he confessed that whether Islamic or not Islamic, this is the first time I'm going to be made a chairman of an occasion. He confessed. So that is your assignment. So inclusion, that's what we are saying. Documentation and feedback. What works, what did not work. Document it so that others will not repeat the same mistake. Have your proper record keeping. Feedback. Don't be lions, don't be tigers. Have mechanisms for getting feedback from students and teachers around. What are you not doing right? What is going wrong right? What's not going right? Anonymous surveys. All these monkey you know the law digital survey. Get what kind of program do you want? What topic do you want us to discuss? If it comes from people, they will attend. Because that's what they want. Not what we think we should do. So documentation and feedback. Collaboration. Collaborate with everybody on campus. Collaborate with everybody on campus. Final reflection. Like we said, leadership is a trust. And Allah will ask you about it. Influence is a responsibility. And communication is a tool for unity. You need to learn to live with vision, with mentorship. Your mentors are here with you. Work with them, they will guide you.
will guide you. So I want to thank this MSSN for inviting me. May Almighty Allah guide and strengthen us. Jazakumullahu khairan.
Let's say Jazakumullahu khairan. Let's say Jazakumullahu khairan. So we ask Allah to bless our lecturer and increase him upon goodness. Now, so if you have questions, let us know about it. So somebody has a question for Professor Ababa. So, but I don't know whether he comes to his mind after your lecture. Yeah, so we'll take his question first. Then who else has a question for Mr. Absalam? Now, or he wants to write it down again. I'll write it down. You talk to the mic. Okay. Let him ask the question. Who else has a question? Any have a question? Anybody? Okay. So we'll start with the answer. You have a question for this content. You have for this one too. And first ask for that one first. Yes,
Alhamdulillah, I know how to listen. Reason being, along the process of giving us the lecture for our father, Dr. Musalam. So I came to reason that there is supposed to be a synergy between being a leader and being an entrepreneur and having an entrepreneurial mindset, plus coupled with financial intelligence. So it's observed that as a leader, we do strive on this so-called path by mostly attending to what's more usually our face. And then this part of our face that we mostly attend to, maybe our education, our academics. So in the stance of neglecting this part such as financial intelligence and then building our entrepreneurial skills. So I want to ask, is there a way that you can advise us as a leader, a student, and then matching it with having a financial and seeking our financial intelligence just like our academic or our normal education, and having a entrepreneurial mindset so that being a leader, be able to thrive on your own even after leaving the leadership position and then after being a student is self-control.
Thank you very much. There is a term we call multitasking. Usually, people use this term to describe women because you need to balance work, life, and your home. So, even as a leader, as a student, you can still thrive financially and entrepreneurially. And that's why most leadership positions on campus, there is a seal to the class of degree must belong to before you apply for any leadership position. I know that in faculty of science, if you don't have a 2-1, you cannot apply for any leadership position. Because you have to be educationally sound. It's not that we are struggling. The truth is that we all cannot be entrepreneurs. We all cannot be leaders. That is why our leaders are not equal. We have strengths, we have weaknesses. In fact, at our center, we have students that we mentor. I will give you an example of a particular student. Some years ago, before I became director, I met her when I came. She graduated from UI in the English department. One of the and she started her entrepreneurial journey right on campus. You know, a student of our outlet is around Mokola, that slope, Gabasele, filling station, they call it super. If you all that time. You know what she does? Pepper selling. And she started on campus. The day she told her, so we invited her to come and mentor something. She said she's a Queenite. She went to media hall to see her friends. And a particular lady was going to Bodija market. And she was in the corridor and said, hello, only be something you must see Bodija. And she said before she knew what was happening, people were coming from different rooms. buy this for me, buy this for me, buy this for me, buy. And she saw the fact that gap that students needed some items, pepper and some food stuff over the weekend. And they started consuming. And that was when she got the idea from. And she started that pepper business. Eventually, when she found out that the thing was going to disturb her academics, she got somebody that would do it for her. And gradually, in fact, she had won so many MSSN grants. So many. She's a very rich girl now. So it depends on your capacity. And I think it was when I came, you were talking about you should know your strength and weaknesses. You don't say because this person is doing this, I also have to do it. We don't have equal capacity to do things. You know, when I started, I talked about multitasking, and that is what many of women have. They just call us the weaker whatever. We are not. We are very strong because we balance work, family. We have students in the university, they are already married, they have kids, and they come out flying colors, and they also have businesses. But I marvel at the entrepreneurial skills that students have now. I always say that if we had this opportunity, my brother, prayer lemon, share. Many of these students will not work for anybody. Honestly, many of them will not work for anybody because the idea they have, they are just waiting to leave school before, they rise. Because now, in the past, it is our own generation, we think outside the box. This one, there is no box. There is no box. So, my dear, it's possible for you to be a leader, to balance your education and also have entrepreneurial skills. It's possible. Many of us are starting late. In fact, my Apollo was during 2020 strike. But we were not paid for 8 months. And I said, my God, what would I do with my chemistry? That was because my area of chemistry, natural product, I have a bias for essential oils. I started my journey into aromatherapy, perfume chemistry. Just waiting for one day when they say, "Thanks up, you are 70, come and go to your house." But before then, I make sure I start doing something. So, you might have a career, you have a passion. Either can drive each other, depending. So it's possible. So don't have that mindset where everything for you. It defines who you are. Thank you.
Let's just like final. Yeah, so that's the last thing I was saying now. That's a pretty to know, but I mean, yeah, you know,
Now, alhamdulillah, in addition to what Prof said, I was going to reference one of my old friends, my own mates, when we were doing. Me, I don't know how to sell markets. I'm a business enthusiast, but I'm not a businessman. I'm an entrepreneurship enthusiast, but not an entrepreneurship. But it does not mean I don't do business, but I don't run business by myself. Right? I know the nitty-gritty, what you need to do to run the business. And I'm also an operational person. I can draft operational strategies and stuff like that. But specifically for business, I don't do it because I've not run a business by myself alone before. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. I'm not a business person. Maybe I'm not the best guy to guide somebody for business. But I can tell you a few things. You may multiply it in whichever way. Now, one of my own mates, I'll mention 2 of them. And the 2 of them are in the same class. The 2 of them did civil engineering. One of them worked under Dr. Salim. Till he left campus, he was the chairman, Sincerity Store, in Black Market. MSSN at that time, I don't know if you see wrong now. In Sincerity Store, we sell pepper, we sell palm oil, we sell pussy, we sell crayfish, we sell ice, with all kinds of things you can buy in that shop. You know what it does? The idea is that Muslim students should be able to survive on campus. A person like me, coming from the kind of family I came from. Many a times I don't even have it. But with the help of the chairman and leader, I'll get permission from me. Any other student who can get such permission. You can go and buy food in sincerity store, but you don't have money now. They will give you time when you have to come and pay back. And then you can pay that money even little by little. You finish paying it, then you can buy another food. Can I go and buy that type of food in Bodika? That was a problem that sincerity store was solving for Muslim students on campus. And it is not only us that will go and buy something in sincerity store. Anybody can buy something there because it's in the black market. Apart from that, that store also every year would recruit one of the students of Akinyele area council that just finished secondary school waiting to pass JAMB. They are the ones that stay here when we are gone to class. So Abu Fatah that is managing that store, he is not the one that stays there every time, but he's the one that balances the book. That experience forced him to go and do 8 years accounting technician skill in ICANN. He's a simple experience because he has to balance the book. Oga will pay him if the book is not balanced. Yet we all are students on campus. He was managing that store. Till we left, that store was still active. He's solving students, he's solving problems for Muslim students and any other person as such. We get that now. That said, let me tell you today that as I speak to you, Abu Fatah had never written I beg to apply for any human being. Abu Fatah had not written I beg to apply for any human being. He knows he's simple engineering, not that he's struggling. He builds houses for people. He does design. He does contractor job. As I speak to you, he has a food vendor shop. He has a filling station that he manages. He manages farm for people. And where did he pick up the business sense from? From Aluda. There was another person that was managing our Islamic store. Now today, he is the owner of Dawa Nigeria. We did all the things, we were doing all of the nomination, thinking, strategic planning for Dawa Nigeria together on this campus. Ibrahim Oladeji. Ibrahim Oladeji had not written I beg to apply to any human being. He did computer science here. He was managing the digital center in Aluda when he was the chairman. That's what I'm saying. All of us, when we were on this campus, all the things we were doing for MSS, we found a way to let it filter into our profession. And it has helped us. For me, believe in lab, it is only the interview that I have not attended before that I have not gotten a job. Whether for scholarship or anything. If you allow me to come and talk, I will get a job. Believe in that. If you allow me to talk. But if you are going to look at my transcript alone, my transcript does not speak for me. Remember I told you I was doing places, right? And I was not doing anything extra to get an A. And I will not fail any course. I finished well, got a 2-1, but I could have got the first class. But I sacrificed first class for something else. And I didn't regret it. So the point I'm making is, there are plenty of them. There were times I applied for a scholarship. I had 3 of them. It's me that will choose the one that I want. Because I was given the opportunity to talk. And one thing that gave me leverage was the writing. Remember I told you, I was the only undergraduate in my set that had 2 publications. So when I submit my application then as an MSc student, and I had 2 publications, that put me a step ahead of every other applicant. And that gives me a chance to be called, to speak with me or to come and write the test. If I come to write the test, forget the rest. Remember, most of the tests, aptitude tests will be testing mathematics, physics, chemistry. And for me, how many times was I still learning physics and chemistry? I was still doing it every day that I was still in UI because I was teaching extramural students. So the opportunity you have to serve in this executive is quite enormous. You only need to get or prof said you are not even in the box. So utilize the quantum skills and energy you have. Now land preserve us on fire.
Now,
Okay, second question.
now let's continue with our question.
So is it possible for them to be concise with their questions? No
Now,
tafsir
please,
before the
be
question.
concise with your question. No stories when I was younger. Please, how many people we have? One, who else, please? You know you don't have before.
The sister, I think
You
even
know you
to
don't
the
have.
look, the sister that said she wants to speak to you.
Yes, she will speak. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And you are picking one brother now. Go and take his sister.
No phone number.
And if you just want to say, I'll one number. Now, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's all. We'll take all the questions together. 15 seconds, please.
So, example of exercise. So, the other time when we were talking about team development, so you were talking about team development where you talked about forming, solving, performing. So, I want to ask, what strategies or structures can we put in place as experts to prevent regression from performing stage back to study stage? So that's the first question. That's the first question. Now, the second question. So, the other time we were talking about negotiation and collaboration. So, you said there will always be challenges.
Yes, what?
There will always be challenges.
Yes.
So, and we have to integrate ourselves into UIX. So, and you said that there are ways to navigate those challenges, but you never go through them. So, what are the ways to navigate them? What are the ways? So, number 3 question. So, you said you were talking about repeating or training other people. So, you talked about and then you talked about training. So, I believe there are 3 things in that particular area. Maybe 3 things in play. So, I think maybe skills versus will versus environment. So, is it that skills, maybe you know how to do it, you can train, right? And if they are not motivated to do it, you can actually motivate a lot of beginners students. So, how about environment? Those things that are not capable of removing. Is that enough?
So this is not right.
So now, does that involve better? So I have just 2 questions. The first thing that you mentioned the importance of feedback mechanism as leaders and followers. What about a situation where they have individuals who have, how do I put it, set such that towards the already inaccuracy and invalidity, and what they see as negative in that particular thing, they don't give us the feedback. Then the second question is, what is the advice you can give to someone who suffers from self-doubt, anxiety, and naivety?
Does that be our prayer to our lecturers? If we allow ourselves to do our
So, for me, this okay, I am about the master doing Malay the dust of this classroom. So my question is actually going to be based on the detail influence the students, and it is as a result of them being strict or hardly, and from what I've studied, it has been a coping mechanism for them through some vices. So I don't know if there is an advice that you can give on how to navigate such, despite being strict and following principles. These are the ways we can influence these students so that there's going to be outstanding success for those the executives and the students who are connected.
Yeah, okay.
From what I've learned that when it comes to me, right,
You're sorry, continue, Jerry. You're
right, make decisions using the head and not the heart. But from what you mentioned earlier, when we were talking about the ways I can listen to that leader, when we go to the using the heart part, it mentions that is the best way that we can intervene by. So my question now, the knowledge I have of choosing head over heart, is it that it's from, or the art of listening is different from the art of making decisions?
Okay, I didn't know I was going to ask so many questions like this. Now, team stages. How do you prevent a regression? Now, a team that has performed can also perform again. Don't forget that stage 3, the stage of is normal. Stage 4 is performance. If for any reason you progress back to storming stage, because you have performed before, it is always easy. How? Follow the rules that make you that you set for yourself. That's what makes you perform in the first instance. Because you have achieved it before, it is always easy to get back. Did you get that? Are we getting it? Even in families that they don't fight, occasionally but because they share beautiful moments together, they remember those beautiful moments and quickly amend and end their fights, and still come back together. So what we are just trying to say is that the fact that you have been performing does not mean that there will still not be challenges. When there are challenges, you can quickly overcome them because you have attained a particular stage before. I think that is clear now. Is it clear now? Now the second one is negotiating challenges. How do you negotiate challenges? How do you navigate the challenges? Challenges come in different ways. And the way the challenge comes is going to tell you the way you are going to navigate it. You have resources at your disposal. And the resources are your staff advisors or your Shura committee. There was an American president that said, "Will God give me the grace to accept things that I can change and to accept the ones that I cannot change, and to know the difference between the two." Something like that. I'm not sure I get the quotation right, but I'm paraphrasing it. That he was praying for the grace to identify those problems that we can solve and those ones that we cannot change, and to also know the difference between the two. At your level, there are some challenges that you can overcome. There are some that you cannot overcome yourself. Like I tell you the case of Sister Sarini, who was an Amira, and we were in 400 level. Why you 500 level? We were in 400 level, and she started using the club without discussing with anybody. But we were able to navigate it because we were calm. She was not fighting, she was not feeling right, she was just calm through it. At some point, Christians are fighting for her. Why? Because she comes into the class early. She had integrity. She comes into the class early. The closest person to her in the class was a male, was a Christian, was not even a Nigerian. Joseph Mary, Papa Wemba, we call it this sister was in the club, for the club, and she was close to a non-Muslim. So people did not see it didn't make any difference to members of our class. That is integrity. I mean, that is integrity. So, but we could not solve it as students, the lecturers, the professors on campus, not even the ordinary lecturers, professors that were in the Senate, the highest decision-making organ of the university. They were involved. I think that is clear now. So the nature of the challenge will tell us how we are going to navigate it. But the most important thing is that you know that challenge will come. If you are not close to me when we are in the moment of peace, how will I listen to you in the moment of war? That's why I said integrate yourself with UI Muslim community. They are your shield. Yes, they have their own ways of doing things. They may not be as fast as you want, or their opinion could be different. But when decisions are to be made about Muslims on this campus, they are students. You will call Muslims who are professors. You will not even call Muslims who are doctors. Are you getting it? So why won't you now call those professors who are Muslims? You have to talk them. You have to move them to your side. You get it? And you move them before the problem comes. That's why you want to say, Ima Bajia. I say, Yama Jia Lofa. Move in your sorrow. So, replicating yourselves. Yes, skills versus skills and environment. The proverb I used about that prof, and about that American president will also speak to it. As students, they will not respect you. They will like you. A student that is not a Muslim or that does not have MSSN orientation will not respect you as their leader. Yes, I mean here. I buy a PC first. Yes, you have to understand that. So how do you do it? The most that you can do, it is within the mosque, not my dad will definitely do. Our Muslims still want to go back to more respect to the inviting. The Muslims there, come and organize emotional intelligence. Come and organize, organize a computer acquisition course, one affair for what it will never market. Are you getting it? Now, will power to want to do things, I want to make up mind one way at a buying. Even on this campus, there are people that will say, oh, that German, who said very Islam. MSS is an aberration. If you want it. If you want to say, I want to know about that just know, say I was not sent to the Sadducees and the Pharisees, àwọn tó àwọn ọmọ ẹni lọ́lọ́rọ̀ mi sí àwọn tó ti mọ̀ ju ẹ wọ́n sílẹ̀ because ìtàlà wá wà òkú when opportunities come nínú ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọmọ àkọ́kọ́ identify ẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ fẹ́yàwó nínú ẹ̀yìn tẹ̀sẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti máa wá fẹ́ lọ́tọ́ wọn máa sọ pé kọ́ máa jáde mọ́ because they don't have place we are dèbè tí wọ́n ń pa òkúrọ́ ni wọ́n so. What we are saying is that ẹ̀fà wọn yẹn sílẹ̀ Yorùbá sọ pé ẹni tó sùn náà máa ń jí wọn kì í já kúrọ́rọ́ you don't even know kúrọ́rọ́ the one who pretends to be sleeping kó o pariwo ìdọ̀la kò ní dá inú àwọn tí wọn ẹ̀fà wọn yẹn sílẹ̀ àwọn tó ti lẹ́yìn àkìdá yẹn fún wọn sílẹ̀ then will everybody likes to identify with success ẹtì ẹ̀kọ́ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe méjì káriwo sọ nínú ọgbà yìí everybody. Nítorí àwọn ṣe jìyà abúlé kí ló máa ṣe máa ṣe awareness rally àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn abúlọ́ṣì náà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ọba ni you will not see yourself say lọ́wọ́ akẹ́lẹ́ mọ̀ sọ́ọ́ nígbà Abraham because they do things that they can identify with ìgbà tí Anasia nígbà tí ó kọ́ máa ń jáde buy it and keep it on their table. Beautifully packaged, beautiful magazines, Islamic magazines. So, also, you are Muslim. people were buying it and keeping it on their TikTok as a link at all. That was what a degree also achieved for us. Because those lecturers were holding it with pride. They were holding it with pride on campus that this is what our students produce. And I was surprised after we left. Maybe I should just say it a bit. People don't understand what the learning is all about. The last degree magazine that I saw, no picture, and I laughed. At this age and generation, you are saying it's not on the social career picture. Is that she better not so? It's about better from us. Of course, all of the better hold it for the passport. We wrote a story in one of the editions of our degree magazine, and we called it. It was about the beauty of hijab. The second edition, it was about hijab. I was also on hijab. Second was on hijab in the bathroom as a child. We now say, sisters, give us your beautiful picture. And they felt a potential internet. And they felt no picture that is mechanically generated. Real people, real human beings don't know hijab. You are give us your own picture of hijab. Give us your own picture in hijab. About Ismail. Beautiful. One of the one parole. I don't know. You are talking about hijab. You are not showing people that uses hijab. Is it mechanical? It is a magazine. It is a magazine where people talk about. In my field, we talk about evidential reporting. Evidence with assisted view. You said here is that. If I write it, I have bonus. But it is more credible when you yourself to go to judge this TV. Testimony that comes of my fellow. Be the Roman law school after assistance. That is evidential. You now want to write that kind of story. You now say you no picture. Only no picture. They don't get go to interview. Go what's in with life. But to interview, but who mention to work on and what's in TV. I want to one girl. But in this question, people to one leg, or do these are real stories that we are telling. Evidence-based reporting. Are you getting it? These are the things we are saying. Are you getting it? There was a day we went to, I was interviewed. Maybe I said, no, it's meant to interview a lecturer, Professor Nuruddin Adedipe. Come on, some of you want to be a year or two ago. It was not in our practice. It gave us an extensive audience to interview. But unfortunately for us, on that occasion, you were there. And it was not saying that at this age, you are coming and you are not bringing your sisters along to witness this. Although it was not in our practice, on that occasion, none of them was available. The Bible says, oh, Rotaba, are you getting it? So, replicating yourself means knowing what you can do, inviting people to come and help you do it. Identify people among you who can do it best and let them handle it. Extend it to people that are not Muslim. Let them also witness it. When we were on campus, Tutoria MSSN is number one on campus. The bank going now, Christian no matter where people are never talk about it very because you will be around most premises. You will not go job. This one go back. Christians were using hijab nowadays. When they tobacco the most of my young. But Tutoria contact by here, most of us not much. And we're using hijab. So these are the kind of things. So let the best man for the job handle the job. That's the message. For feedback mechanism. Okay, I've answered there. Okay, solutions to self-doubt, anxiety, diabetes. Okay, so the solution is this. Now it's like ignorance. Oh, the right on. At times, there are some trainings that we do. And I will ask you the question. How will you describe you? How will your best friend? We are talking to you. What about the lower Aisha? Who was supposed to do that? What was Aisha's answer? He said he was Quran. He was a living Quran. See Muhammad, see Quran. That's the message. He lived the Quran. So what will your friends say about you? So it happens to me. It happens to him. At times, man, so where I don't believe in him and believe it happens. When you have tried your hand on one or two things and you failed, you doubt yourself. But some people will still believe in you. That's why it is good to have a good network of friends who will assist you in that case. So believe in yourself. Self-confidence. Believe in yourself. Try it. If it does not work out, learn from it. Why did you fail? Improve upon it. Continue trying. Get positive feedback from people. Get feedback from people. Then you adjust accordingly. Experts not being able to influence others. I think I've said so. I've also answered it in a way. Doctor will also speak more about it. Decisions. When you are making your decision on head, heart, and feet, I didn't say I prefer one over the other. All of them are okay. I'm just asking you how to listen. There are different listening levels. When you listen at the head, at the level of the head, you are looking for the facts, the figures, the perspectives. What is the meat of the substance? What is the message? When you listen at the level of the heart, the emotional part, how does the person feel? So that you can show empathy towards the person. Are you getting it? And when you listen at the level of faith, what is the decision? Based on what that person is saying, in the controversy, is it going to make the right choice? Or is it going to make the wrong choices? You will know. So I tell you, so on a day is better, and you'll be able to assist the person accordingly. That's what makes you a leader. I think I've answered all the questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, question.
Now, let's just have so I have any more questions, please. You see that your contact information are. You get some information. Please get his contact information. And you can reach out to him. Now, so very quickly, I want to listen to good message from the representative of the ministry, Professor Mr. Moshood Ali.
Okay.
I want to thank you for this Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Alhamdulillah. This message is from Iblis Ali, in person of Malang Adipoti Hussein. Supposed to be here, but going to one thing or the other, we couldn't make it. This is also one of the society's assignments. He is out of state right now. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise are due to Allah, the Lord of the world. And may His peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Distinguished leaders of the MSSN, Shura community, respected scholars, invited guests, and my dear brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is with immense gratitude to Allah that we gather here today for this orientation program, especially organized for our newly appointed executives of the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSSN, University of Ibadan branch. Today marks not only the beginning of your tenure, but the beginning of your service to Allah through service to His creation. Also, today marks the beginning of a new chapter in the leadership journey of MSSN UI. It is a moment of gratitude, a moment of reflection, and a moment of responsibility. You, our newly appointed executives, have been chosen to carry an amana and an entrusted duty that aligns you directly with the service of Allah. Leadership in Islam is amana, a trust. It is not a title to be carried with humility, sincerity, and dedication. You are not just executives, you are representatives of the Ummah in your respective domains. Your actions, decisions, and conduct will shape the moral, academic, and spiritual lives of the brothers and sisters entrusted to you. Remember the word of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Each and every of you is his shepherd, and each of you will be questioned about his books. Therefore, the essence of today's orientation is to equip your hearts, sharpen your minds, and align your intentions so that your tenure becomes a source of reward for you in this life and life to come. Kindly permit me to call the attention of our students to some happenings and to promptly advise accordingly. One unfortunate trend we sometimes witness within the MSSN UI branch is the reluctance or outright rejection of questions. Let me remind us today that leadership in Islam is not about personal preference, but about responding to where you are needed most. Allah chooses you. Allah chooses whom He wills for responsibilities. The Amir, Shura, or appointing authority considers strengths, past contributions, and the needs of the society before assigning roles. It is therefore important to approach every portfolio with trust in Allah and willingness to grow. No position is small, no role is insignificant. In Islam, what matters is not the title, but the sincerity behind the service. A person serving as PRO with sincerity may be more honored by Allah than someone serving as Naibul Amir without commitment. Instead of saying, I can't do it, say, with Allah's help, inshallah, I will learn. I will grow and I will serve. Rejecting a portfolio simply because it appears demanding or unfamiliar weakens the structure of society and slows our collective progress. One of the pillars of MSSN, Akinyele Area Council's impact, lies in its outreach to secondary schools. These young Muslims are the next generation who will either strengthen or weaken the Ummah, depending on the guidance they receive today. Your role in secondary school coordination is not just administrative, it is transformational. We must revitalize our mentorship and dawah teams, create engaging Islamic programs for secondary schools, support their MSSN units with materials, competitions, and mentorship. Become positive role models through conduct, character, and communication. A single word of encouragement from you would redirect a young Muslim from confusion to clarity, from apathy to purpose, from moral danger to moral strength. This is a responsibility that must never be taken lightly. their executives. Your passion alone is not enough. Your sincerity alone is not enough. MSSN UI cannot be sustained by good intentions without good skills. We must institutionalize a culture of training. Training in Islamic knowledge and personal discipline. A leader who refuses to learn becomes a liability, but a leader who grows becomes a blessing to everyone under him. Throughout your tenure, seek mentorship, ask questions, read, watch, attend working committee meeting, unit working committee meeting, OHIC, Cosmos, Nikons, IDC, and take feedback with an open heart. The Jamaat becomes stronger when its leaders sharpen their abilities by not limiting their participation and engagement to the four walls of the University of Ibadan alone. One of the most pressing concerns within the university today is the incessant decline in students' CGPA, a trend that has affected many Muslim students as well. As MSSN, we must rise to this challenge, not by complaining, but by providing solutions. Therefore, we must fully revive and strengthen our MSSN tutorial system. What is for us? 1. Organizing structured course-specific tutorials for 100 to 400 level students. 2. Engaging brilliant Muslim students as volunteer tutors. 3. Providing academic mentorship and study group. 4. Offering exam clinics, revision programs, and past question sessions. 5. Ensuring tutorials are consistent, well organized, and well publicized. Our aim should be that no student fails because help was not unavailable. Our aim should be that no Muslim student fails because help was unavailable. And no Muslim students drops in CGPA because they lack academic support. Academic excellence is not optional. It is part of our dawah. A disciplined Muslim should not only be spiritually strong, but also intellectually outstanding. Always remember, live with sincerity, serve with humility, learn continuously, support one another, keep Allah at the center of all actions. Let your acts be sincere, let your actions be purposeful, and let your service be for Allah alone. In conclusion, my dear executives, as you begin your tenure, carry this reminder with you. You are not just leading the society. You are shaping destinies. You are guiding the generation. And you are earning the pleasure of Allah. Allah is the task. Allah is the task. Strengthen your intentions and reward your sacrifices. May He make your tenure impactful, peaceful, and filled with barakah. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, Jazakumullahu khairan. I would have asked you by I think so. I can't get you whether you want to space. Almost our now. So I'm very quickly go to the concluding session. We've done this session already. Do you remember what the first topic was? Does everybody remember what the first topic was? Okay. Now, so I go to the last one, which is trying to progress, setting up an economic system for society. And it's taken by Dr. Idris Baki, PhD.
You know, it's end. When you end something, you flaunt it. I end it, and I should be able to flaunt it. Yeah, so I want to manage my slide myself, because the other guy was sleeping. Yeah, before we continue, I would like to us to do some exercise. You can imagine this set of people who came here to sleep. No, don't manage for it. Nobody manages for me in the class. You know, in some departments in this school, like mine, we project all the time. So we don't take notes like we do in some key departments. So we project, and you manage your slide yourself. So I'm going to manage. Everybody that has come here for this program, please stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Now, I want you to trek towards the last seat there. Then you come back. Oh yeah, everybody. Trek. Yeah, some of you to even move down there is difficult for you. Some are just starting like that guy in blue. Don't be. Yeah, now it's time you can come back. You can come back. You can come back. It's okay. I want to start to very much what I need very come back. Come back, come and have your seat. On our timetable, be quiet. When is let me say we are going to finish this program. So we are going to finish this program 4 p.m. and inshallah we are going to conclude it. That's part. What did you say? You have what? Every other thing depends on you. I know I'm going to finish my own presentation before 4. I have, they gave me 40 minutes, I will not move up to that. Finally, I have 2 presentations that are linked together, but I'll rush through everything and I'll be done. Whoever needs more information, I should come and pay for it. Maybe you take it more serious that way. Now, what we're about to do is to talk about, hello, see, I teach. I hear people in my class. And I send people out. Yes, I do it. It's a pity none of you is actually my students. My students don't mess with me in the class. So you can't mess with me here. So I don't know why you decided to, all of you, decided to why don't you have your seat? What exactly is the problem? You are taking our time with what we are doing. Now, we want to track our progress as a society. If you want to track your progress, you want to know where you have started from, you want to know exactly where you are, you want to know where you are going, you want to know whether you are moving towards the goals that you actually set for yourself. That is what tracking is all about. And that is what the whole field. So this alarm that I brought here is an M, they call it M and E. Now they call it me, N, E, and L. Monitoring, evaluation, and learning specialist with the NGKS project in Lagos State. I would have asked him to handle it, but it's because I want to have handled it. Yeah. It's a field that cuts across every field of human endeavor. If you're in public health, there is an M&E involved. If you're in agriculture, M&E is involved. If you're in any field whatsoever, that you are touching the lives of people, M&E is involved. Now, as a society, we've set so many goals to ourselves. We all have TORs, what they call terms of reference, as executives, because we have something that we must do. So how are we sure that we're actually doing what we set out to do? I can remember during the Shura meeting that there was this particular person.
noticing is hanging. There was this particular official that we invited, and we asked him a simple question. Tell us what your achievements are. What are the targets that you set for yourself? And what have you been able to achieve throughout the period of service? And that is what will be expected of all of you by the time you finish your tenure. You're expected to set targets, and you are expected to come up with what you've been able to achieve. So when we say M&E, it contains two things. The first is monitoring. Monitoring is what you do on a continuous basis. You know, the cost of people monitoring spirits, they're always with you. They're always trying to see, they will be checking on you. Checking if they're going to cash in, you call them monitoring spirit, you don't really like them a bit. Yeah, they are helping you to track your progress in respect of what you are expected to do. Now, but when we talk of evaluation looks at what happens at the end of the day. You are taking stock of what you've been asked to do. What have you been able to achieve? So in layman terms, monitoring tells you where you are in relation to where you intend going. Now, if you are going from a job, for instance, your mic, don't worry, this is noise in communication. It is becoming the center of attraction on the school. You are going from a job, you are going to Dubai. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. You are moving from a job, you are moving to Dubai. And you are a stranger in Ibadan. But you log onto the Google map, and it tells you some landmarks that you are going to pass before you get to Dubai. It tells you that you are going to get to UI, Ajibade, Songo, and the rest. Now you just woke up. Maybe you slept off while you were in the vehicle. And when you woke up, you heard them, they were talking about, no, they are not talking about Yano Shasha. Or you are hearing Idiose. You know that there is a problem. The next thing is that you become anxious. You become distressed. That something wrong has happened. So it's the same thing that when you have the right indicators that they were talking about the other time when they talk about SMART, if you have them, and these milestones along the line that for us to get to where we are going, we must reach this place, we must attain this, we must attain this. The moment you know that you are not attaining those things, you know you may not likely end up where you want to end up. So you quickly do what? You re-strategize. Now, for evaluation talks about the evidence and explains why you have actually reached where you wanted to reach. But you cannot achieve anything with either of these two terms that we're talking about if you do not have accurate data. And you do not set in place an accurate data collection process. This system is what we are saying that we need to build. Now we have different types of evaluation. We can have performance evaluation. And I said, for instance, you could have a short-term outcome that you are looking at. And I'm going to center my examples around those in Akinyele area council. You see, one of the deliverables is what? Is that they should coordinate all the secondary schools. So it could be part of the outcome that they record numbers of coordinated secondary school students that scored 200 and above at UTME. It's a measure of the achievement. You coordinated 1,000 students. How many of them scored 200 and above? You know, there was a time, I think they needed some resources, and they came to us at Corona. We said they should give us metrics It's not enough to say, we are doing this, we are doing that. Give us metrics. How many students that you coordinated made 200 and above? That's the kind of outcome. It could be impact evaluation. Impact is something that takes place after a very long period of time. If you did your coordination very well, part of the short-term outcome is that you have many students that will probably come into UI, for instance. If you did your coordination very well, there is that tendency that we have more members for MSSN that will be coming for programs because we've been bridging them and grooming them all along. But the large impact is that we have a reduced number of useful idiots who are Muslims in the society. You know who they call useful idiots? I am Muslim, but you've heard that before. Some people that will say, I am Muslim, but when it comes to, okay, a sister of ours is using the car and is in a faculty, and you now discover that maybe the dean of that faculty is even a Muslim, and the dean of that faculty is the one that is even creating problem for our sister, and always arming the Christians and non-Muslims in that faculty with information to deal with our sister. That person is a useful idiot. Because he's useful to them, but he's an idiot to us. Do you get the logic now? Now, if we have been able to do our work very well, we have a reduced number of idiots like that in our midst. Because they will come to Juma with us. They will pray with us. But there are the same set of people that when you show the dean of students, that circular, that Muslim students on campus, work, exam and everything must stop by 12, and by 12:30, right? During, it's 12, between 12 and 3. It's that person that will tell me that, Ashebi is true that we pray. That's a useful idiot. Don't we have them? We have them because some people fail to do what they should do. So that's an impact. It's a long impact. They will make life difficult for all of us at the end of the day if we don't take care of them. Some of the idiots that we have are those people that are giving us bad names every day now. Even when you find yourself in a class and they are talking about this Christian genocide and what have you, there is an argument that they usually use and that works very well. They will tell you that even those people that are killed, if you say they are also killing Muslims, but who are those people that are killing both Muslims and Christians? Don't they pray like you? Do you get the logic now? It's because some of us fail to do what we should do appropriately. So that's an impact that is going to happen. So you can also evaluate that impact as well. Now, why do we need MIE, MIS? It's for us to be able to track where we are, and as a result, when we are making mistakes mid-term, we'll be able to correct it because we know where we are going. We know that at a particular point in time, we should have reached this particular position. It encourages evidence-based decision making, like my brother said. When you do MIE, collect data very well. By the time you want to take decision, for instance, if you take your records very well, you know that averagely, maybe it is 250 students that usually make 200 and above out of 1,000. It is possible for you now to say, how do we address the remaining 750? Because we have made up our mind that our target at Aki Area Council is to increase the percentage as a target, to increase the percentage of students that score 200 and above in UTME by 100%. If you say you want to increase it by 100%, what does that mean? If they were 250 before, it means you want to add another 250 to it, so there must be 500. That's a target. It's a target. You want to increase it by 100%. It's a target. Now,
ask yourself are those questions. Is it achievable? If it is achievable, what do we need to put in place to achieve it? It's afraid of my voice. What do we need to put in place to achieve it? So we'll look at that. And at the end of the day, if by the end of that 100% that I'm talking about, maybe we say by 2026 admission, we must increase by 100%. And this year, we have 250. Abi? So it means we must increase to 500. So if by the end of 2026 UTME year, we discover that 450 made 200 and above. Have we passed or we have failed? We have passed, we have not failed. Because when you look at it, what is 200 over 250? Over 1. That is 80%. So we look at your target is 100%, but your achievement is what? 80%. That is just the idea. Now some people will look at it that thing we cannot achieve it. Maybe they put their target at 80%. And at the end of the day, they achieve what? 100%. They have overachieved. You are the ones who set your own targets. That is the way it works. The area council, the area unit can set targets for you. The national body can set targets for you. Even the UI Muslim community can set targets for you. You are the ones that will now review those targets and see if they are achievable. These are the key principles that guide M&E. You have what is called systematic inquiry. When you say something is systematic, it has processes. It is not haphazard. So it means you must ask certain questions. You must do it with honesty and integrity. You set a target of 100%. But because you now see at the end of the day when you are now looking at your results, maybe only 300 people were able to make 200 and above. You are now starting to doctor the report. You are no longer honest to yourself. Because I got told also go, don't know what by a Abi? So when people they ring about so nobody is setting these targets for you. You need to set it for yourself based on your terms of reference. Everybody has these terms of reference that you have as an ESCO member. That is your JD, job description. If you don't know it, go and get the bylaw or the constitution. Look at what you are expected to do. And you now transform it into form indicators out of it, from which you are going to develop your M&E system. Then there is respect for people. You have to respect the people you want to get the information from. You have to respect the people you are working with. It's a pity some of your people are not here. You see, because you call yourself, they have made you a meal. You now believe that you are the Lord of the Meno. The truth about it is that after 2-3 years, nobody may know you again. I shared an experience with them at the Shura meeting. There was a time I was there, I was running the show in this university. I wasn't an ESCO member. It was only when they wanted to plan parties and things like that that they would call me. I love events a lot, but I don't like going to parties. But I plan events a lot. I was the chairman of Realization Week, I was the chairman of Finalist Forum. It's all about parties. But we're always running things. If the Amir needed anybody to do certain things, you know, he knew who to call. They are not members of the ESCO. If there are certain things that you need to address, that it will not be sweet in the mouth, let me put it that way, in the mouth of an ESCO to say it. You need a floor member to come and say it. We are the ones that will come and call. So people knew us, despite the fact that we were not holding positions. We were very, very active. Now, I came back I went for service 1 year. I came back for my master's. A junior that had become executive. I wanted something. Don't let me explain it further. The person pushed me. Yes.
because he didn't know me again. I had become what? Irrelevant. So you are going to lose your relevance one day. And you should understand that as you start planning for it. A time will come that nobody will know you. You will come here, you will pass, nobody will know you. You will be pointing at you that, it was this when it was here. I was in of these people. They were big people when they were here. A time is coming that you also be like that. Now, responsibility to stakeholders. You must understand that we have responsibility to all of us who are stakeholders in this project. From time to time, we ask you to give reports. And don't ever let it cross your mind that there's a particular position that does not give, that if you hold it, you don't give report. There's no position like that. Everybody is accountable, and you should understand that. How do we institutionalize M&E? We want to create an institution for ourselves. So how do we build it? We should like a framework. We want to build a house. Develop a framework. You revisit your own stratum. You know, you're a branch under a council, which is under a unit. What is the objective of your stratum of the society? What are your motives? You need to look at it. Review it very well. Now select what we call key performance indicators. That was what Tunde Salam also talked about it. Key performance indicators. Based on those, come out with the indicators that if you achieve it, if you achieve all of them, by the time you combine them, you'll be able to achieve what you are calling your objective or your aim. Those are the indicators. Then set achievable targets. Like I said, what are the things that you want to achieve? Amir, by now you should have a target. What do you want to achieve as the Amir of MSSN UI? As the Amir, MSSN Akiyele Area Council, what do you want to achieve? As the AMO, what do you want to achieve based on your terms of reference? And that is in line with the aims and objectives of your strategy. Then for the strategic goals, the impact that I'm talking about, the impact, the goal of the society. There was a time in this Southwest, we could count the number of professors that were Muslims. Now we have many of us. Have you? Some people had set that goal that after a while we should be able to produce this. Part of the goals that some people set for us is that we want to attain purity with the non-Muslim purity. When you don't finish your program, you don't graduate well. When you don't come back from postgraduate programs, I'm not saying everybody will come back. When we don't have some people that will be dedicated to it and say they will come back. We don't have people that will come back for PhD. They've advertised now. They need PhDs all over the place. New universities. How many Muslims will we be able to fill? Even if they want to share it, they want to give us free, how many Muslims are we going to see? Most of the people that you are seeing coming back from, they haven't paid. They are already engaged somewhere. How many do we have? So you must link your KPIs to the strategic goals of the society. Now there are different approaches that people use in M&E. We can use a specialized M&E. In this situation, maybe we have an officer. Maybe it's our secretary that will be an M&E officer. It will be part of the stamps and references. And I think it's the one doing it because it's the one collecting all the reports. The secretary is the one collecting all the reports. So it's the one doing the M&E work. He's doing the M&E work, maybe unknowingly, because he's collecting reports. But the problem may be that maybe there were no targets that they can measure your achievement against. Everybody just submitting reports. We have done this, we have done that. Then you could make it everybody's job, in which AMO will come up with his own TOR, develop his KPI to suit the larger goal, and we'll be reporting accordingly. But still somebody is still coordinating. Then we can outsource. We don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that. Outsourcing is what we do. When I made this presentation, it was for NITDA. This IT, this thing, under NCC. So, but these are common, you might not find this in textbooks. It is based on my experience on the field because I've worked in the area of M&E for a very long time before coming to the university. Now, there is this thing, there's no way you talk about M&E that you don't talk about what is called theory of change. I'm going to share the materials will be available to everybody. But what you need to know about it is that we look at issues, and we look at the logical chain of how program inputs achieve changes in outcome. That is, for instance, if you do 20 coordinations, what will that 20 coordination result into? What that coordination results into, what will it now also result into? So what we have, simple, the causal hypothesis is that if our input produce output, the output should lead to outcomes, which will ultimately contribute to the overall good. That is what the theory of change simply says. And it is schematically produced like this. For instance, input has to do with the time, men, and materials that we dedicate to our extramural activities. How many people do we need to have to be working for the extramural? All the DOS, we have a lot of DOS, ADOS, we have so many of them, there are many. And there are some people that are working with them. How many do we need to function effectively? What do they need? Money, textbooks, resources, generally. Those are the inputs. The output is that the number of secondary school students who are Muslims that were able to trade. You can say that at every particular point in time, you go on the extramural, they can tell you, close the number. That is output, not outcome. Now the outcome is, what is the percentage of Muslim students that are able to gain admission into the university? That could be a short-term outcome. We look at it at some point, we were saying, I were about 20-something%, I think we are now about 30-something or 40-something% that are entering UI. That is outcome. It's as a result of the efforts that you guys are doing at AKLA. And that is where some of us, we love those guys at AKLA so much because of the good things they are doing. If you are fortunate to be posted there, to be able to work with them, you should count yourself lucky. I know some of you feel that it is trendier to be MSSN UI school. It is only another that shares the word. But if I were to be sharing the word, I think those words will make Alexander before those in UI. Yeah. Because they are helping the society. Àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n wa tí mo rí àwọn ọmọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ ṣe. Let me give you a personal experience. Let me share this personal experience with you. There is a girl that I brought. My wife brought the girl to AKLA extramural. The girl where she was coming from, in their house, the daddy will play inside the house. You understand that kind of a thing? The sister that finished from the university does not use hijab. The girl too was not using hijab. But the first day she came, I forgot to tell her the information of the hijab, so she was not putting on this short sleeve. I think they told her that when she's coming on the second day, she should put on something longer. And she did so. Eventually, she passed the post-UTME, in fact, merit list, history UI. Now, my wife was telling me some few days back that ẹ̀gbọ́n ọmọ yẹn sọ pé ó ti ra socks tó máa wọ̀ lọ́wọ́ sí. That is the impact. Ó ti ra socks tó máa wọ̀ tó bá wá sí. From ọmọ tí kò kí anytime I take her to the train station tó padà sékòó ìjọ tó bá ti fẹ́ kúrò lé mi ló máa fi ìlọ̀jà. Yes, but tó bá ti ń bọ̀ lé mi á tún wọ ìjà torí pé ó mọ̀ pé ó lọ sí Akínyẹlé extramural. Náà wọ́n wá ń bọ̀ ní sùkúl. Akínyẹlé ò ní ọkọ̀ ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mọ́ sí yìí o. Ó ti di big girl bọ̀ nínú UI tó ń ra socks tó máa wò. That's the impact, and that is why I said, ṣé tẹ́kẹ́ kò fẹ́ fọwọ́ ìlànà ìjọba tó bí fọwọ́ Akínyẹlé láti ọlọ́dẹ fún àwọn aráyé. So that is just it. Now, the impact, like I said, is reduction in number of useful idiots among our members. They will not be telling us, I'm also a Muslim. That is what they always tell us.
I'm not a brother fanatic.
But where is the video coming from? Besori. Why not my one? You the best. Now, you need to develop indicators that you are going to use. Those indicators, we said they should be specific. So, when you want to come up with your indicators, ask just one question at a time. Don't do double barrel. What you want to do this. Just one thing. Not to do this and this. To do just one thing. Make it specific. That thing that you want to do, make it measurable. Let it be quantifiable. Let it be accurate. Let it be unbiased. Let it be achievable. Don't say you want to achieve 100% when you know you do not have the resources to achieve 100%. Because you always be marking yourself to have failed. And it will be leading to what? Self-doubt and things like that. Then it should be relevant. Don't use the example. Don't use the indicator. You are ammo. Don't use the indicator of the amil. Use the indicator that is relevant to MSSN UI indicator here. Then let it be time bound. Whatever you don't say, I got to buy you time back. It's a waste of time. You said we are going to finish this by 4, and that is why I'm rushing. What do you think? So, when you have your M&E, whatever you package there is what they put inside what is called management information system. So, simply, this what I have in all of this are just English, simple English that you can read on your phone and understand. So, like I said, if you guys need, I will not give it to you free of charge again. So that because we give it free of charge, that people will come and be sleeping here. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
If you want to ask questions, please reach out to me later. So I'm asking
you. If you want to ask questions, I will not bill you for it. I'm not billing you for anything. I cannot bill you. So if you have questions, we can discuss after.
So we're taking the goodwill message / closing prayer for our father Alaji Abdullah Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Firstly, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this opportunity. I thank him on behalf of the Shura committee and on your behalf. Because whoever Allah loves, Allah give him responsibility. Whoever Allah loves, Allah call him to come and serve in his part. It's not a statement, it's a verse of Quran. Allah says, who are kabab? Allah have chosen you. So Allah chose you. It's not the Shura. Allah chose you. Those who are more pious, say, Allah, don't give me responsibility to you and Allah. You may have excuse, but Allah said, وَمَا جَعَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. Allah will never give you responsibility that you cannot bear. It's not depending on you, how responsible you are and how reliable you are. But Allah is reliable. You guys now, Allah is reliable. So those of you, Allah have given parts, you have excuse. But you are also be given how to work. Perhaps last executive may not have this opportunity. You have it now. And to whom much is given, much is expected. So much is expected from you. Because you have given what you needed. So my prayer is that Allah will use this as a positive, as an impact of positive change in our life individually and a collective effort. So we want to thank every one of us for being here. If you organize it, if you have opportunity, if you organize this and you are not available. We just talk to few ones. But I'm glad that you're here. We expect more. We expect more positive outcome. In some few months, we'll be also assessing you. The immediate regime came in January 12 because I was coming from Abuja that day. And I came, and this one was also coming with me. I said, go with me, I cannot meet. But before the end of this, even 3 of us was coming from no, coming together. So, by November 1, November 2, the regime is no more. Whatever they are able to do, lie with them, and they are gone. But when Allah calls you to come and serve, Allah think about you. You guys this now, so Allah guide you, give you what you need, so that at the end of the day, Allah will reward you abundantly. Nobody ever served in this process regretted. They may regret. The level of regret may determine how involved you are. That will really be. But because I serve Allah, then Allah leave me alone. No, except you are not sincere. Don't you know that the post given to you, some people are also hiring it, but they were not given. And you are given no money. Did you buy from? Did you see Chairman Shura? Did you see Chairman Shura PRO? No! And I told you. Because I've been the Sunnah of Allah. And I will never be frustration. So, Allah is reliable. Please, brothers and sisters, be responsible. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهب لنا من أمرنا رشدا. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Please, we are going to be here. Let's go ahead. We are parking the old chairs outside. Everybody report to the officer. The man that will tell anybody to come and go out and check. Let's carry the chairs. All you put for me, I don't want to